Hey there everybody, I am in my local bike shop, aka Velo Bavarian, which is where my Pinarello journey started. Today we're doing a bike review. I wasn't asked to do this, but obviously you know I am sponsored by Pinarello, so do with that what you wish. And I've had some, requests that I do a bike review, so I thought, let's just do it. The story with Velo Bavarian is that basically Luke, the shop owner, the director, the main man, put me in touch with Pinarello, and they basically offered me to be an ambassador, which I cannot believe. So I'm very grateful to Velo Bavarian. If you yourself want a Pinarello, this is the place to come. I mean, look how many they've got. Blooming crazy. So we'll start off with my Grevil baby, aka Rella, as I call her, but Pinarello call her the Grevil F9. 9 editions of this bad boy. I don't know if there's 9, but maybe there is. Okay, there isn't, but it just felt good to say. Anyway, before we start the review, I'll do a nice close-up for you so you can really see it in the full action. I love the colour, I've got to say. Burgundy and orange. It does sometimes make me crave an orange, but, I also like the fact that she stands out on the road. You can see her coming, unless you're blind. Anyway, let's get into the metric. Right, so the first thing I really like about this bike, Kyle, you are going to have to move your legs here, sorry, is this little detail down here. Full gas everywhere. It really does motivate you when you're on the road or on the gravel in this bike to really, whip those codloins legs. You will notice a bit of dirt here. This isn't dirt on the frame. Kyle, do you want to get a close up? This is just some protection tape I have put on so that my bag that I put on when I'm filming or for snacks. Now, I have been doing some research on bikes. As you know, I'm not the best at bike mechanics and all of that, but I am getting better. So on her, on the back cassette, we have an 11 by 40. Now, it did come with an 11 by 34, but we've built that up, and I think when you buy it, you can choose, but for me, I wanted a big cassette for those hills, grinding up. On the front, on the chain ring, Kyle, is that right? Mm-hmm. Chain ring is a 40. Kyle, do you want to get close with that bad boy chain ring? I mean, we all know what one looks like, but you might as well. Not that close, blooming heck.
You can definitely see the 40.
Are people blind? Right.
40 or 42?
It's a 40, I checked, don't you worry. Right, so now we'll move on to the wheels, what make me roll. Now, I was very shocked when they told me this. Princeton wheels. I mean, if you know about bikes, you know Princeton are your top of the dollar. Fit for a prince, more like a princess in my case. Anyway, they are the Princeton grits. I don't really know what this, bumpy thing does, this detail here, but I quite like it. It reminds me of a clamshell, and I think it looks very pretty, so I'm happy about that. Tyres, it didn't come with these tyres, but I have put these on because they are Panaracer, and I can actually take them off on my own with a tyre glider, so I'm happy about that. Now, shocker, as you know, I've always rode with tubes, but tubeless for the first time, and I'm happy about it because this baby has just done the Paris-Roubaix Sportive and she came out unscathed, no punctures, and we rode at 40 psi. I was actually quite worried on the Paris-Roubaix about my blooming back derailleur, and I do know what that means, this bit here.
Well, some people call it a rear derailleur.
A rear derailleur, well I call it the back because it's at the back, okay? And I was worried on the cobbles that the derailleur was going to blooming shake off, but it didn't. Now, one of my favourite things about this bike, I've got to say, is the colour, the shine, and this special detail here of the burgundy, which is actually sparkly. So it really just gives you that extra touch. Pearlescent. Not pearlescent, Kyle. It's more fluorescent, I say. It's too bright to be pearlescent. It's fluorescent. Do you like that? Right, now let's move on to the bum comfort, aka the saddle. Kyle, do you want to get a close-up of this bad boy? So this is the Celitalia Flight or Fleet. We're not sure whether it's Flight or Fleet. We're going to go with Flight, and it is the Superflow Gravel Endurance saddle. I went for the grey. I think it also comes in a brown and a black, but we went for the grey. Now you can see, Kyle, if you want to zoom in, I have been riding it because there is little bits of mud in there, which I do need to get out. But
that's Roubaix dust.
That's Roubaix dust, that is, yeah. It is very comfy. I am sponsored by Celitalia, just to let you know that, but I find them really comfy. So, yeah, love this little hole here for extra comfort. Less pressure on the old, down below. Right, so moving on to the gears, nice and easy. It's Di2 GRX, basically gravel electric gears. I like it electric. Absolutely love it, and to be honest, I would never go back now to mechanical unless I was doing, a a ride on a vintage bike or something, because honestly, one little click of your finger, and I get cold fingers in the winter, your gears are changed. No, you know, cold fingers having to faff around pressing your shifter when you're out of breath on a hill. So love that. The handlebars are a bit too wide for me, but we're sorting that out, so don't worry. I mean, they're too wide for blooming Kyle, and he's got shoulders built like a bricklayer. So yeah, no chance for me. Even Kyle wouldn't be able to use them, otherwise we'd swap them, but it's okay. It's getting sorted. Now, Kyle, come a little closer. I want to show you my fork flap. Right, now, as Pinarello like to say, this bike is basically the off-road dogma, the D to the O GMA. Now, it does have a fork flap. Now, you might be wondering what the hell that means. Here we go. Basically, it's designed to be a nice racy sort of bike, so this fork flap just adds a little bit of extra aerodynamics. Basically, I think it filters the air through there or something like that, and gives you that little extra gain. I mean, for how slow I go on the gravel, it's not really going to do much, but I'll take it. I'll take the gains where I can get them. And you never know, I might like gravel racing one day. Probably not, but now I've done Paris-Roubaix, there's no stopping me. So yeah, what I love most about it, to be honest, is the colour. I mean, just look at it. It's got sparkle in it. It's beautiful. And oh yes, I did have a bit of an incident where my shoe was rubbing against there. I'm not happy about that. That's a Paris-Roubaix scuff. Have I ridden her very much? Not really. I've done 3 main rides on her. One of them was a 90 mile in the Peak District on gravel, and the main one, Paris-Roubaix Sportive, another 90 miler, and a few other rides in France on the cobbles. So really, really comfy, I've got to say. I would ride her on the road as well. Well, I have ridden her on the road, and she rolls really smooth, even with the 40 PS tyres on. We still managed to average a pretty good speed, so that was good. And if you put road tyres on her, you could really use her on the road as well, if you wanted a bit of both. So definitely recommend that. Yeah, her next challenge will be Dirty Reaver, which now I've done Paris-Roubaix, I'm feeling a little bit more confident for, but I feel like gravel's more skiddy, so I'm worried about the downhill, but I'm looking at Kyle because he's going to be there, so I'll be all right. But yeah, that's the next challenge. You should better get ready because it's 200k of pure gravel. Yeah, that's Rella. Let's move on to the next baby. We're now on to the main attraction. It is Pinny, aka the Pinarello X7 endurance bike. The bike that I love the most because, as we know, endurance is what I love because it's just another word for audaxing. So this bike is a bit of me. Let's do a close with this baby girl. Look at Pinny in all her glory. Now I actually think on the Pinarello website it does not do the colour justice. She sparkles in all sorts of lights, and I've got to say the silver really adds that little extra touch. She doesn't say full gas on her, but you know, can't have everything. Carbon fibre, lovely. Oh, and she is UCI approved obviously, so you know, if you wanted to race her you could. Beautiful little specimen, I think. Right, I'm going to get up off the floor because it's hurting my blooming knees. Carl's looking at me gone, oh, Carl's checking his social meds. What are you doing there?
I'm just waiting for you.
Right, okay, go. You can take over the camera again now. Right, as yet again, my bike mechanics aren't the best, we know that, but let's move on to them and see how I go. Now, on the back, we've got an 11x34 speed cassette. I like to add the word speed in there. And on the front, we've got I did just see it, but I'm going to have a look again because it's gone out of my head. Oh, blooming heck, I'm bending over Pinny. A 50x34 crank set. Carl's smiling. Or a crank ring. No crank ring. Now, one thing I will say about Pinny, talking of crank ring, she cranks up the hills like I don't know what. First ride I did in her, well, I think it was actually the second ride, we went up Box Hill, and she climbed up there like an absolute beast. I mean, she just flies up the hill. She's lovely and light, so I really love that about her. Now, she's an endurance style bike, so she's actually designed to smooth out all those vibrations that you don't want to be feeling so that you can go fast and far. Now, Kyle, zoom in again, please, for me. One little nice touch about her is these lovely points here. And apparently, these are meant to just help with comfort by stopping some vibrations, so yeah. The only vibrations that are going on for me are the thoughts buzzing around in my head. Now, again, I've got protection tape on here, so have no fear. I've not scratched her. Lovely little X here. X marks the spot. A little bit of extra detail just in case you forget what bike that you're riding. Now, the gears, don't know why that word went out of my head, are Di2 Ultegra. Kyle's smiling at me. So basically, electric again. One little tap, change your gear, which is very handy if you're going up a hill, you're a bit out of breath, you don't have to use any extra energy going like this, you just go and you're up. Again, we'll move on to the saddle. Disclosure, full disclosure, sponsored by Italia because I find them comfy. Again, we've got a Fleet Boost Endurance. Now, Kyle, come and zoom in on this bad boy. Now, what I like about her, this hole here gives you a bit of extra, less pressure on your old down below area. Very padded, as you can see, pushing down on there. She's well broken in now, but very thick and padded on the old derriere. And she's an endurance one, which is what we want. So glad I put this addition on there. Now, wheels are they're most wheels, and they are carbon. They roll nice and smooth. They're wheels, what more can I say? They go round in a circle and they feel good. Tyres again, I've put Panaracers on. These are the Panaracer Duro tyres. Actually, they've got another name, Agilist. You can if you want, Kyle. There's a bit of dirt on there, sorry about that. These aren't tubeless, these are tubes. I feel like on the road, I just prefer having tubes because you know how to change a tube. If tubeless goes wrong, you're knackered. You're getting the ferry home, or the bus, or the plane, wherever the hell you are. Whereas if you've got tubes, you can just whack a new tube in, so I just feel safer. Whereas on the gravel, I think tubeless is your option because you're much more likely to get a puncture. So yeah, that's why I went for that. I don't know what pressure I'm running, to be honest. I let Kyle pump them up, so I think they're about 80 psi. Is that right, Kyle?
I think they're probably about high for you, probably 70.
Maybe 70. Oh, Jimmy's here. Say hi to Jimmy.
You alright?
Yeah?
Yeah, good.
Jimmy actually did shoot.
What you were just saying, I was listening in.
Oh, I've been practicing my bike mechanics, Jimmy. You might want to add something to what I'm saying, to be honest. But yeah, these are the right size for me, and they are aero, so the wind is going to be going depending on how fast you are. They're called this, whatever it says on here, Tailon Ultra. I can read, Kyle. Well done.
Integrated.
Also this, integrated, sorry. Also this bit here, Kyle, do you want to just zoom in? I love this little point here. I don't know why, I just really like it. Yeah, it reminds me of a teardrop. And when I'm going up or finding it hard, I think, no tears for me, only tears on here.
Or for me.
There might be tears for Kyle though. Right, very good integrated, so you've got no wires, same as Umbrella. And yeah, overall she's great to ride. She has done over 1,500 Malones with me so far, and I did test the Di2 to see how long they'd last. It flashed up to say it was low battery after 700 miles of riding, but I think that still gives you quite a bit to go, so maybe it would last 800 or 900 miles. I don't really know, but I didn't want to risk it, so I did 700. I think Luke just came in the background, the main man, sneaking in the video. He wants to be on YouTube, obviously. He just loves the camera, doesn't he? But yeah, I don't think there's anything much more I can say, to be honest. Other than it's just a lovely bike to ride. Oh, finger test. Can we pick her up? Yes, I can. She's lighter than Rella, because Rella took 2 fingers, this took 1 finger. You would expect that because she's a road bike. And yeah. Oh, and obviously as well, she even has an aero seat post stem. Seat post stem, is that right, Kyle? Which is aero. This thing here.
Yeah, seat post.
Yeah, seat post stem. I like calling it seat post stem because I like to get more words in. Oh, the stem's on the front, right, well, I need to practice that. And yeah, I have got power pedals on her as well, Garmin ones, and that's it really. I'm now trying not to drop her because I've got her in an awkward position. But yeah, so there you have it, that's a very basic bike review. We've got Pinny, we've got Rella, and together they make Pinarello, or as other people call them, Pinarello. But yeah, that's it really. I'm happy with them, that's all I can say, I'm very happy with them. And they've got a hell of a lot of miles to be getting on with, so better get home and get training. Jimmy's coming to have a look. You're right there, Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy, when are we next gravelling? Do you want to come in the video?
I can do.
Cool then.
Depends when you guys are next free. You guys are very, very busy.
I know. We wanted Jimmy to come and do Dirty Reaver with us, but he can't.
No, I think I'm busy doing another one, I think, instead.
Oh. What would you say about these bikes? Anything special?
No, they're good. You've got, like, the 2 bikes for everything that you do, really, you know. You're going to do a bit more off-road, but then you've still got this one for all-day riding, I guess.
Yeah, all day. But yeah. Unfortunately for Kyle. Yeah. Right, Kyle's all excited now because he's found his favourite cyclist.
There's his mate.
There's his mate.
Met him too.
You've met him, yeah, but you love him, don't you? Fancy him.
I love Filippo Ganna as well.
Kyle got really excited after Pyro-Roubaix because Tom Pidcock replied to your story, didn't he?
Mate,
on Instagram.
Just legendary.
Yeah, you love him.
Yeah. Proper classy cyclist.
Here's Jimmy doing some skills. How long can you hold that for?
Right, social media.
Do you reckon she'll,
I don't know. As long as until the lights turn green.
Thanks for having us, Luke.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As usual.
Anytime. Just come in, tell us what to do, turn the music off.
Yeah, I did tell them to turn the music
You
off.
get this everywhere now. Just go
Because
down,
if there's
phone all
music
over.
on, YouTube tells you off.
Yeah.
So can't be having copyright
You
issues.
even did that in the Pinarello store, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Time to turn all the music off.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
do you know what we didn't do? The sound test. Oh God, I can't bend over. This one isn't very loud actually, but
That's classy.
do you know what I do use it for? If you've not got a bell on your bike, then you can freewheel to warn people that you're coming. But it's better with this bike, let me tell you.
There's plenty of bell ends on bikes.
There's one bell end that I follow.
I'll take that. Before it falls over.
Right, I've just been looking around the bike shop and I found this little bad boy. The rules of cycling, so let's see what it says. It does actually say on the front brake the rules, they've written it on, so obviously we don't have to follow them, but I'm quite intrigued.
Well, I'm a bit of a rule breaker.
I'm just going to open it at any random page. 1, 2, 3. Keep your bars level. That is important. One that I didn't follow actually.
Yeah, but then there's also the page next to it says slam your stem,
What does that mean?
which I do not agree with.
If you're out riding in bad weather, it means you're a badass. I'll take that. That must mean we are, because
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I go out in the rain,
I'll
I
take
go
that.
out in any weather.
I'll go with that one.
It never gets easier, you just go faster.
And I've heard that
is
so
true.
many times as well, and that is actually
is
very true.
True. Right, one more. No, I don't like that one. Saddle bars and tyres should be carefully matched. Well, I do quite like that. 2 more will do.
No, you don't have tan ball saddle, do you?
Never ride without your eyewear, Kyle.
No, I always have my eyewear with me.
With you not on.
Yes, that's why my hand survived Paris-Roubaix.
Oh, look how rough they are. You've got builder's hand, that's why. To be fair, I do take my glasses off when I'm filming sometimes, because so you can see me. Maintain and respect your machine. That is very important.
Amy.
You've got to clean it, you've got to nurture it, you've got to stroke it.
I like how she's saying that, and she sends me off in the garage to go and nurture him.
Sometimes I send Kyle off to clean them, only when, can I just point out actually, Kyle just cleaned the bikes and I clean the bikes, but Kyle's cleaned them more recently because as a bricklayer it's been blooming raining. He's been getting home at 12 o'clock every day.
Which is fabulous.
Not at midnight, at lunchtime. He's been having half days at work, I'm slaving away in the office. It's here that something pull up on the drive.
See that?
Hold up, wait a minute, Kyle's home. He's only been at work for 1 hour, so yes, you can go and clean the
Amy,
bikes
can you just
in the
buy me that
afternoon.
one?
What?
That
Why
one up
not
there?
one? I can't afford that.
Well,
No.
that's what.
If I could, I'd buy it, yeah.
That's what I want.
Anyway, little update from Paris-Roubaix. The blisters are healing well, feeling good, and not even that bad. So yeah, our next ride is a 300k Audax, so they better heal for that. And then we've got Dirty Reba, and then we've got the Mallorca 312. Then I've got All Points North, and blooming heck, it's all going on. But yeah, I'm so excited for the plans. Kyle, are you excited?
Yeah, very.
You look at
I just don't want to be at work. I just
You're not
wanna-
at work, you're here.
No, I mean in general. I want to be
know.
unemployed and ride my bike.
I know, we can dream. But I am actually gone down from 5 days a week working to 4 days from this month, so
It's all right for
thanks
some.
for everyone that watches, because you've made that happen for me, so that's
Yeah,
great.
it hasn't happened for me though, has it?
Yeah, I know. So that was the Princeton wheels. They're quite quiet. Now I'll get ready for these moose babies. You ready? Get some. Oh, loud. Right, so that's enough from us. Sorry it was a very basic bike review. Basically, overall, they're absolute dream to ride. They roll on the road smooth, and I absolutely love them. Pinarello, you've got my heart. And that's what I want to say. Now we're going to drive home and have a curry for dinner. It's not a rest day, but even if it was, I'd still have one. Kyle's hungry after his turbo session,
very
aren't you?
hungry, yeah.
You should have seen
Very
Kyle on the
thirsty.
turbo earlier. I walked into the spare room, I thought someone was dying. And then Kyle was there with his headphones on like this. And I was like trying to talk to him,
He
like,
was
Amy, leave me alone. I'm
was-
struggling.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you
at all.
did. You went, can you shut the door, can you shut the door?
No, you came. I'll relay the exact conversation
Go on then.
because I was a man of few words in that moment.
Yeah.
You opened the door and started talking to me about future plans.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, and you was like, why are you just doing that? you look like you're struggling. I went, yeah, because I am.
You would literally look like you were dying.
And then all I went is, can you shut the door, please?
And you went, shut the door.
No.
Couldn't hardly get the words out. Your sweat dripping down your face.
There was a lot of sweat.
Blooming heck.
My t-shirt was stuck to me like a wetsuit.
And then he was so sweaty, we had to have a quick shower before we came in. He was like, hey, make protein shake. So I shook that up for him. He drank that in the car, didn't you? Now you feel okay again.
She looked after me.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just a story you didn't really need to hear. So we're going to go now. TT's the FN. Ta-ta for now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.